Lights on. Ready. Racing it. Set sail for the judge, and Munamek is trying to weave his way through the field. Ripcord it now. Munamek has got there.
A sad thing for connections of zip away.
Oliver's got the run. The racing gods have spoken.
Hello and welcome to Ascot for our 7-2 audience, joining us here for the first time this afternoon.
Ready, racing it. The racing gods have spoken. It's gold at Ascot.
And Nasharilla.
Well, she's got the synthetic hoof filler going on here, but it was applied in New South Wales before she travelled across, so it has been on for a little while now. As we've said previously, she's a two-time weight for age winner over a mile. She's won her last two in fillies and mares grade, in the Group 2 Invitation and in the Group 2 Hot Danish. Carries 57.5 kilos here, and if you're unfamiliar with the Railway Stakes, it has been very harsh on both the interstate horses but also the handicap top-rated horses. It's been a real 53-kilo minimum race for a number of years. The last 5 winners have all been on the 53-kilo limit, so she will need to buck the trend.
Amazing, the standards have been set very high here in the first runner of our Group 1.
The 2 is Bustler, last year's winner of the Railway for Neville Parnham and Jared Noski.
And I thought he showed in the Group 2 Listeer at weight for age with 59 kilos that he was somewhere near his very best. He was matching motors late with Casino 17. They both dropped the 3 kilos here down to 56, and there really shouldn't be that much between them in the market, yet there is.
And he's glowing too, dappled throughout and very well in condition.
The 3 is Casino 17. Grant Alana Williams, what a day it's been for them, as has been for Willie Pike.
It certainly has. They've taken this horse to a whole new level. Before he came to Western Australia, he got beaten in a Gunnedah Cup. Now, since he's been here, he's won a Perth Cup, he's won a Group 2 Listeer at weight for age. He's got a barrier here after the scratchings that he can actually use to end up midfield with cover. I think Willie Pike here sticking with him is a big indicator that he's actually going well enough to win this race.
Not an overly big type, but amazingly presented, looks fantastic and very muscular definition there.
4 Democracy Manifest, Chris Waller, Mark Zara.
Go back 2 starts ago, he went into the Group 1 Epsom, 55 kilos over a mile. That was 28 days between runs with a trial in between. So it's the exact same profile here. He's been back to Rose Hill and trialled over the 900. He comes into it 28 days between outings. He drops back from 1800 to 1600 and from weight for age back into a handicap. He'll go well here from a fair way off them, but I'll be following him through in a fortnight's time to the Northerly.
Walks out very relaxed, the head is dropping low and the loose rein looks great.
The next horse we'll take a look at is our favourite. It's the 5, Light Infantryman, Kieran Maher, James McDonald.
Well, you look on the form guide and you see him as a last start winner of a listed race and you wonder, why is this horse $3.50 in favourite? Well, it's for a number of reasons. One of them being James McDonald comes here from Hong Kong for one singular ride, but the other being that this horse is 6 times Group 1 placed internationally. So it's only been a matter of time until he finally broke through here in Australia, and now 16 days later from his win across the Melbourne Cup Carnival, he's found a very winnable Group 1 here in the West.
Very lean, slick and fit type he is, and he's sweating up a fair bit, but I think just taking it all in.
The 6 is Magnificent Andy, S.J. Miller, Brad Parnham.
He's had barrier 1 4 times in his life. 3 of those have been victories. So the inside gate's been very handy to Magnificent Andy, who's a horse that's got a short, sharp burst of acceleration, suited to being in that 3-back defence position and looking to get a gap through late.
And a fit type again, all looking really well in this yard. It's making my decision very tough.
The 7 is Comfort Me, Reece Radford, Holly Watson.
He's run second in 2 separate Railway Stakes. He's been a wonderful money earner for Connections, and he won his first feature race this campaign, leading all the way under Holly Watson. She starts a suspension at midnight tonight, so Holly will no doubt be throwing the kitchen sink at Comfort Me, who should be able to bounce straight on the lead.
And a solid type, well defined and nice muscle definition as well.
The 8 is the Iron Horse. Let's Gallivant. Dan and Ben Pearce, Sean McGrady.
The winner of $860,000, including prize money and West Speed bonuses, and they paid only $10,000 for him here at Perth at the Magic Million sale. They plucked him out of Book 2, and he's been a wonderful horse for these connections. He's won 12 times, but at Group 1 level, this is a bit of a stretch.
Nice, strong individual, well in the coat.
The 9 is Searchin' Rocks. Before we take a look at her, we are just hearing confirmation that Mojo Rhythm got loose prior to coming down into the mounting yard, but has been past fit to start. So the 9, Searchin' Rocks. Jim Taylor, Kira Yule.
Well, 53.5 kilos is a very nice weight for Searchin' Rocks. She's won only half a kilo off the handicap. 3 wide the trip 3 starts ago. 3 wide the trip 2 starts ago. 4 wide the trip at stages as well. She's here today from a much better barrier. Should get a lovely run. I thought she was one of the blowout local chances.
Looks well, glowing in the coat, no negatives from the mounting yard, and just trots around really nicely with the clerk of the course to the barriers now.
Here's the 10, Sox Nation, Kieran Maher, Declan Bates.
Third in the Group 1 Empire Rose for the fillies and mares over a mile, beaten in 1 3/4 by a Tissue. The second horse was one that we're very familiar with here in the West. It was Amelia's Jewel, and now down to the 53.5 kilo weight here today. Expect they ride her really aggressively, looking to get across.
Lovely confirmation this mare's got, very strong in the chest and was very relaxed in the mounting yard.
Here is the 11, Mojo Rhythm, the winner of the Peters 7 days ago. There he is, behind the barriers on screen. He looks relatively relaxed, which is great to see. Mitch Pateman, Pat Carberry.
On the 7-day backup, having won the RJ Peters, which gives you the golden ticket, the ballot exemption into the Railway Stakes. It's the exact same race that he won last year and ran a pretty luckless 6th in last year's edition.
The 12 is Port Lockroy, Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald, Clint Johnson Porter.
Went around in a Silver Eagle, then went around in a Golden Eagle, and he was 6 of 20, beaten 2 by Lake Forest, Tom Kitten and co. He's a really nice horse for a race like this. He sneaks in on the minimum. Local rider Clint Johnston Porter would have had plenty of offers, and he's elected to go with this still entire 4-year-old Entire, and he's been the big market mover of the last 24 hours.
Another fantastic looking horse here in the mounting yard and parades around a little bit on the bit there, so not a negative at all.
13, Super Smink, was once your Railway Stakes favourite. She's now on the 4th or 5th line of betting for Dan Morton and Chris Parnham.
She has a big following, Super Smink, up on the big screen. The big cheers from all the ownership group there. Champion 2-year-old, wonderful 3-year-old, now as a 4-year-old mare. If she drew a barrier, she'd nearly be my on top selection.
And looks very professional, beautiful, slick, one to watch for sure.
14, Triple Missile, Donald Reardon, Joy Azapati.
I think he's a little bit outside his weight division here. He's never won past 1,400 metres, so stepping to a mile's an unknown.
Not overly big, but well in confirmation.
15, Tricks of the Trade, the winner of the Railway 2 years ago for Colin Webster and Troy Turner.
Hasn't won a race since, which is a big negative, but he's back to the 53 kilo limit. I'm convinced Tricks of the Trade's going well enough to win this. He's top 4 for me.
And has improved massively in looks and looks quite competitive here.
And the 16 is the leading local hope, according to the market, for Neville and Steve Parnham.
He's my on-top selection here, Zip Away. Love the 4-year-olds. They've won 4 of the last 5. Love it when they're on the 53 kilo limit. Last year's WA Guineas winner looking to go here today and win a Railway Stakes. If we could give Stephen Neville a back-to-back Railway Stakes, I think Zip Away can win.
He's at $9.50. That's a look at the 16 runners for the Swan Draft Railway Stakes. On the other side of the rake, we'll be back for Tessa.
Ready, racing it. The racing gods have spoken. It's gold, gold, gold at Ascot.
Back here live at Ascot, light infantry man. He has been avalanched in betting. He is your 360 favourite ahead of the Swan Draft Railway Stakes as we now head to Tessa Daly for her pick of the yard.
And a very tough pick it has been, but I'm going to go with one of our local gallopers here in WA horse, Super Smink. Daniel Morton and Chris Parnham looked an absolute treat. I know the barrier draw's a bit sticky, but I think it's got the look for it.
Super Smink on top for Tessa from the yard, and she's been well backed late, $9.50 into $8.50. Scotty, how do you order the 4?
Also going with a local, also going with a 4-year-old, also going with one on the minimum, but I'm going with the Zip Away variety here, Lockie. 16, 1, 5 and 15. I think Zip Away looks like he gets the right run, 3 deep with cover, chiming in at the top of the home straight and hoping that Neville and Steve Parnham can do it again. From 1, Belclair, watching for her to charge across the face of the field into a forward spot. 5, Light Infantryman, full of respect for the invader. Strength of James McDonald, and 15 in Tricks of the Trade. I think he's going well enough to be winning this race. He was luckless in it last year and he won it 2 years ago. 16, 1, 5 and 15.
16, Zip Away on top for Scott. He's the leading local chance according to the market, alongside Super Smink at $8.50. There they are behind the gates at the 1600 metres start. They're joining the line well, so we'll hand you upstairs to Darren McCauley for the Group 1 Swan Draft Railway Stakes.
Triple Missile locked away and Zip Away. Coming forward here with Comfort Me, placed in 2 of the last 3 Railway Stakes. Holly Watson, a big moment for Holly. Group 1 ride. Comfort Me will park near the pace, and so will the next to be loaded, Belclair. She comes along the Sydney mare. Belclair locked away. Super Smink. Sox Nation to come forward. Tricks of the Trade, who won the race 2 years ago, as well to move in with Democracy Manifest. Taken up here, Tricks of the Trade in the silks of owners Bill and Patricia Robinson. Joins the line with Let's Gallivant. So the last 3, they'll include Democracy Manifest. From the yard of Chris Waller, Mark Zara in the saddle, Light Infantryman will run favourite, 360. James McDonald aboard with a couple to move up. An air of anticipation has enveloped Ascot as we prepare for the great Ascot Mile. Democracy Manifest about to be taken in hand and is led forward. They're almost set. In fact, the light goes on. They're ready to run. The railway racing. And the first to get going, Comfort Me, won the start. Won it comfortably from Magnificent Andy. Search and Rocks got into stride quickly, and flying around them now, Belclair. So the Sydney mare's going to lead them into the back straight. Belclair burned them off and went to the front from Comfort Me. Going forward soon after the start, Port Lockroy straight up running second. Sox Nation around the outside, stranded 3 deep when they'd settled down. Bustler's back just behind them. A length and a half, Light Infantryman. Magnificent Andy down on its inside soon after the start, and up there as well, Tricks of the Trade. The speed comes off. Zip Away back there. Casino 17, Triple Missile. Mojo Rhythm a little wide and pulling, and followed further back by Super Smink, then Democracy Manifest, and Let's Gallivant last at the 800 mark in the railway, and Belclair led the way, steadied up by Nash. She's on top, 3/4 Belclair. Running second, Sox Nation, a length and a half away. Comfort Me getting a great run for Watson, and then Port Lockroy, followed by Bustler. Last year's winner, though, doing it tough. 3 deep behind them. Search and Rocks, no run. Magnificent Andy. Tricks of the Trades there. Zip Away's covered plenty of ground. Light Infantryman with McDonald hard at work coming into the turn. Belclair straightened up. Sox Nation joined it. Port Lockroy makes a line of 3. Bustler's behind the Magnificent Andy. No run. Comfort Me for the moment. Tricks of the Trade. Mojo Rhythm further back. Port Lockroy hits the front, however, at the hunt. Port Lockroy and clear. Comfort Me gets a run rate, but now comes through on the inside, but Port Lockroy won it. Port Lockroy has won the Railway Stakes from a very tight photo. Comfort Me, Super Smink charging right up on the rail. Let's Gallivant is there, and Zip Away, Magnificent Andy, Triple Missile, followed by Mojo Rhythm, Casino 17. Search and Rocks is next in Bustler after a torrid run. Light Infantryman next, followed further back Tricks of the Trade, Belclair weakening, and last home is Democracy Manifest. Port Lockroy. Port Lockroy is the winner. Number 12, Port Lockroy. Port Lockroy is the winner here. Clint Johnston Porter. Port Lockroy is the winner of the Railway Stakes. Port Lockroy, Clint Johnston Porter is the winner for Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald. Port Lockroy, Clint Johnston Porter here, the visiting Sydney galloper, has taken out the Railway Stakes from number 7 in Comfort Me with another minor placing for the Grand WA Sprinter Miler. And third home 13 Super Smink Chris Parnham through along the rail with Magnificent Andy fourth in. 12, 7, 13 and 6. 3/4 and a nose at the margins in 1:35.24 home in 34.63. Port Lockroy by Better Than Ready from Freeze the Millions is the winner. Clint Johnston Porter, and a great result for Johnston Porter. Park right there on speed. And Port Lockroy gets home to win. As we prepare to go to the yard, it's 12, 7, 13 and 6. 12, 7, 13 and 6 here. Port Lockroy takes it out. About to be joined here by Lockie downstairs in the yard. Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald here combining. They'll have something to celebrate downstairs in the yard, Lockie.
Thanks, Darren, and I'm now joined by a winning co-trainer in Rob Archibald. Rob, what a great thrill this is. Only a week or so ago, you weren't a Group 1 winning trainer, and now you're a dual Group 1 winning trainer. How does it feel?
Oh, incredible. Yeah, hard to believe, to be honest. Just so excited for the owners in the horse. You know, he's been so unlucky. He's almost his whole career through gates or whatever it may be, and it was just executed a perfect race today, CJ. So full credit to him. The owners for being brave enough to come over and having a go. You know, it's such a great reward for them. Liz has done a marvellous job. She travels with all our horses, and she presented him in immaculate condition today. So look, it's a huge thrill. I'm so lucky to be in this position, and Annabelle's always had so much confidence in this horse, and it was just nice to see really good ride and him deliver on a big stage. So yeah, very, very grateful.
On the ride, what was going through your mind in the early stages of the race? He was outside the leader, and eventually Sox Nation gave him that little bit of cover. Were you always happy with the way he travelled into the corner? Yeah,
I thought he got him into a lovely spot. We just said to him, just try and begin well, because he's a casual customer and he can get a bit back in his races and fly home. And he just couldn't have been any better. He just landed. He looked like he might be 3 wide, pushed forward again, got outside leader, relaxed beautifully, and you know, he just got into a lovely rhythm, and he did the rest. So yeah, look, I thought CJ couldn't have done any more. It was a super ride.
On Clint Johnston Porter, you teamed up with him with New Marion last year. How did yourself and Annabelle arrive at giving him this opportunity at Group 1 level?
Yeah, obviously with the 53, we just looked around who could ride at that, and when his name popped up, we just jumped at it straight away. You know, obviously that good association with New Marion last year, and yeah, he's a top class rider. He rides lots of winners over here, so we were more than happy to have him on board, and he's delivered for us on a big stage. So very happy for him.
Have you spoke to Annabelle?
I did. I gave her a quick call. She was screaming down the phone. Yeah, she's over the moon. So yeah, no. Just so pleased for everyone.
What do the celebrations look like over the next few hours? Is it a FaceTime situation with a bottle of champagne? What's the plan?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not used to this situation, so I'm sure we'll find somewhere to celebrate with the owners and hopefully with CJ, and we'll make a night of it. But yeah, it's just what a day. I've never been here before, and it's such a great place and very exciting.
A great debut at Ascot, Rob. Congratulations.
Thanks, Lockie.
There's Rob Archibald, but here's the man of the moment, Clint Johnston Porter. He's now a Group 1 winning jock.
Clint Johnston Porter joins us now. Puffer Williams is just giving him a nice firm handshake here. He joins us. Portsy, you're a Group 1 winning rider. How good?
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of weeks to sink in. Yeah, I've been dreaming this moment for a very long time, and I was stiff last season not to get one, so to get one on the board's just massive, and it being the Railway iconic race.
You were able to ride this horse at track work on Tuesday, and in your own words, going into it, you didn't realise he was an end tyre, but it didn't take you long to realise.
No, look, at first, I always was banking on its run in the Golden Eagle. It was a very good run. When I worked it, that just backed it up. I was trying to not get too excited and sort of talk myself into the nerves, but I'm just so relieved that it's all over and done with now.
You must be pretty proud of your own ride too, because from where you were drawn, you ended up with a beautiful run.
Yeah, look, 7, everyone probably thinks it's a good barrier, but it can be very tricky, and in the first 200 metres of the race, I thought, oh, I've really stuffed this up. So the apprentice in me come out and I kicked forwards and ended up lobbing a beautiful spot, and I just got a little bit itchy on the corner, and I think it won me the race.
By your standards, are you pretty happy with that salute?
Oh, I could have done better, but I was in belief. It wasn't until sort of past the line I was saluting, but I was like, is this happening right now? But no, it did.
Congratulations, mate. I hope you can soak this in for the next month. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
There's Clint Johnson Porter. He combines with Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald with Port Lockroy. They are your winners of the 2024 Swan Draft Railway Stakes.
Port Lockroy takes it out.